Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be customizing the Lampadati Komoda in Grand Theft Auto Online. This vehicle is on sale at the time of recording this video, and it will be on sale for 1 day more when you guys are actually seeing this. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and customize this thing. I thought this was a good time to do it. Of course, starting off with the armor, going all the way up on that. For the brakes, we got to go all the way up on those as well. Obviously, for the front bumpers, we do have quite a few different options, and they are very good looking. This is a very good looking car. It's one of the fastest four-doored vehicles in all of Grand Theft Auto Online, so that is pretty cool. Now I think I'm going to go for the primary extended splitter. Usually I go for like carbon options on this car, but today I want to do something a little bit different. For the rear bumper, we have these fins that we can do on the back. Not a super big fan of the fins at all, so I'm just not going to go for a rear bumper option on this car. For the engine, we are going to go all the way up on that though. For the exhaust, we are going to change these up. I personally think that the dual rounded exhausts look the absolute best on this car. I like them a lot, so that's what we're going with. For the hood, we do have a few different options here as well. We got the street hood. It's kind of aggressive looking. I like that. We have the twin vented hood as well, obviously in secondary and carbon as well. We also have the middle intake vented hood as well, the high performance hood, and back to stock. So I think for this build in particular, we're going to go for the high performance hood. I do like the look of that, so we'll go for that. For the lights, we are going to go xenon. For the livery, we do have a few different options here for the livery. I do like a lot of these options, actually. I think they look really, really good on this car. Particularly the stripes, I think, look really good. We, of course, do have some more racing styled liveries for this car as well. These are also, you know, they're pretty good looking. I don't think that we're going to go for a racing build with this car today, though, so I think that we might just go for a racing stripe, or we might just leave it off. You know, I've never actually done this car with a racing stripe, so I think we're going to go for the thick black racing stripe. Now, we could go for the Lampadati racing stripes. I just think it's a little too much for this car right now, so we'll come back to it and see later. For the mirrors, I am going to go carbon for those. I do think that they look a little better in carbon. We do have mud flaps for this as well. Not a big fan of it. We're just not going to put those on. We are going to go yellow on black for the plate though, of course. For the respray of the car, what do we want to do? Now, I have seen one of these in an ultra blue sort of color. It does actually look good in blue. I typically do mine in red, because red, I mean, you guys will see in a second here, it looks really, really good on this car. So red is of course an option, but I feel like it's kind of done to death on the Komoda. So what I think I'm actually going to go for is a yellow. Or maybe not. Maybe you know what? Maybe we go for a little bit more of a muted color, like a rolled steel. A rolled steel kind of looks good on this thing, I won't lie. Silver looks good too. What about a dark steel? Ooh, dark steel is pretty good too. You know, there's so many good options for this vehicle, honestly. The last customization I did, I think I went with a cream. You know what? I think it's gonna have to be a blue today. I did ultra blue very recently for a customization, but I think it looks really good on the Komoda, so we're gonna do that for the primary. For the secondary color, I honestly can't tell what it affects, so I think I might just keep it black, because I literally don't see anything that this actually does on the car, like anywhere. So we'll just leave that black, I think, because I think it's fine. Now for the roof, we do have the carbon roof option for this vehicle. We also have these vortex fins as well. We have the vented roof as well, which is kind of cool. I do like that option. And then we've also got it with the vortex fins. Now, I don't really like the vortex fins. I don't think that they look very good. I do actually like the stock roof a lot on this car, but I do feel like the carbon roof is just, it's so clean, and it breaks up the color too as well. So you know what? I think we're gonna go for the carbon stock roof. I do like the look of it. We'll do that. For these side skirts on this thing, I think I probably will match it with the primary, because we did do that for the front bumper. Of course, we could switch the front bumper to be carbon as well. That is, of course, an option, which we might actually explore, because I do think that the carbon street skirt looks really good on this thing. But so does the primary. So maybe we will just go primary on it. You know what? We're gonna go primary. I'm gonna try to avoid my typical carbon build. Now for the lip spoiler, we can do it in the primary color, secondary, or carbon. Then we have the short lip spoiler as well as the extended lip spoiler. That looks really good too. We also have the bolt on as well, which I find that really strange. For the carbon, they actually remove 2 of the things. That is super weird. I've never noticed that before. That is a very odd choice. Interesting. We have the bolted ducktail as well. Oh, and then the bolt-on ducktail. Okay, cool. We have the race spoiler as well. I've never gone for something like this on this car. That could be a cool option. We got the GT spoiler, the carbon GT. I think that I'm gonna go for a pretty basic one, the primary small lip spoiler. I like the look of it. It's pretty clean, so we'll do that. For the suspension, we do have to slam this car all the way down. I think it just looks so much better like that. Race transmission, we gotta go for that. The turbo tuning as well, for sure. For the wheels, what do we want to go with? I could go for the concave Mega Mesh. They're a very solid bet. They're my favorite rim in the game. We do have that. We could go for the Mercy concaves. These look really good as well, in my opinion. They fit very well with this car, I think, too. For the high ends, we could go with a lot of things in high end, actually. There's a lot of really good looking rims. The Mercy CH lip actually look really good too. We got the Cheetah RRs in non-carbon, actually. They look really sweet. The Solars too, and then of course we do have the carbon options as well if we are interested. You know, I feel like as a way to accent the roof, kinda, I think it does look good on the wheels. But I'm almost tempted to just go for the regular Cheetahs. I think we're actually gonna do that, and we'll go black on the wheels, I think, unless we want to go stone silver, just to break up the color and add another color to the car. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we... Ooh, hang on. What about a bronze? What about a bronze or like a dark copper or something? You know what? I actually kind of like the bronze a lot. I think that looks really, really good. Let's actually go for the bronze wheels. I think this looks so good. Gotta go bulletproof tires as well. For the windows, you gotta tint these all the way out. This thing looks really good. I actually really like the look of this car. The only thing that I just noticed that I have to do is I have to take the pearlescent off of the ultra blue because it makes the livery look a little weird. So we're gonna go black on that. Now the other question is, do we want to go for the carbon skirts? I think that we almost maybe do, and maybe the carbon front bumper. I know I said that I wasn't gonna do this, but it does kind of look really good. So yeah, we're gonna go for that. I like the look of it a little bit better. The other one thing, do we want to check out some of these other liveries? The white stripe does look really good. The black stripe with the Lampadati on the side also looks really good. You know what? I'm actually quite tempted to go for this. You know what? We're gonna go for it. We're gonna go for the black Lampadati race stripes. Those look so good. It's time to take this thing down to the ground. We're gonna do a sound test and a full review on this car, and boy, let me tell you, it sounds absolutely amazing. So as I'm sure you guys heard, the Komoda, yeah, it sounds pretty good. It sounds really good. I would argue this is probably one of the best sounding cars in the entire game, definitely in the top 10. It's fantastic. I love how this car sounds. I think that it's absolutely awesome. And the Komoda doesn't just stop at the exhaust sound when it comes to being awesome. This car is fantastic in literally every single way. I love this vehicle. It is of course a four-door, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, which does mean that you can have friends in it with you when you're driving it. So you can have 3 other friends with you while you're driving, so that is very nice. Like I said, sounds amazing, and this car doesn't stop there. It handles really, really nicely. This thing handles, I would compare it to probably a middle range supercar, maybe even an upper middle range or low high supercar. Something like it handles a little bit better than like cars like the Adder, which is my favorite car in the game, so that is pretty high praise. This thing, it feels really, really good. It has super good grip. It doesn't understeer, it oversteers, which is nice. It's got a very slight oversteer bias, which that's great. That's exactly what you want on a car, in my opinion, at least. That's perfect for me. So I really, really like that. This car almost feels like it's all-wheel drive, but it isn't. It definitely shows its rear-wheel driveness in the corners, that's for sure. But it accelerates really, really well for being a rear-wheel drive. Even from a dead stop, this thing it grips up like right away. Like it does not take very long before the wheel stops spinning. So that is super awesome. I would definitely say that the Lampadati Komoda is probably a top 10 fastest four-door vehicle in Grand Theft Auto Online. I don't know what that guy was doing, but okay. So, you know, this thing's quick. Around a circuit, it is super quick. It's a great car to drive in free mode. Like I said, the acceleration is really good. The handling is phenomenal. The top speed even on the Komoda is pretty good. You know, it's relatively average, but it's high for a four-door vehicle, I would say. And with all the customization options too, you do get an ability to make the Komoda into something that is your own. You know, I don't really often see Komodas that look alike, with the exception of all the red ones out there. I'm sure there's about 10 million red Lampadati Komodas in GTA Online, so that is one thing. But as you guys can see, hopefully by my build here, you can go for other colors with this car and make it look really good. Like I'm super happy with this build. I'm super happy with the livery option we had for him. Super happy with the bronze wheels. I think this thing looks absolutely phenomenal. If I had to change one thing, I'd probably change the back spoiler to a carbon spoiler, but you know what? Still looks great in my opinion. So the Lampadati Komoda, guys, definitely a car to pick up while it is on sale. There's nothing that I have to say about this car that's bad. It's pretty much a 10 out of 10. You know, could it have a little better acceleration? Yeah. Could it have a higher top speed? Yeah. Could it handle ever so slightly better? Yeah. But, you know, for being a four-door vehicle and for being as cheap as it is, this thing only goes for about, I believe, $1.4 million. So, you know, it's pretty cheap, and while it's on discount, it's a screaming deal. This thing is absolutely awesome, and it's definitely a car that I would recommend picking up this week while it's on sale. And even if you guys are watching this in the future when it's not on sale, it is still a fantastic car to buy. So anyway, guys, that is pretty much it for the Lampadati Komoda customization and review in Grand Theft Auto Online. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you learned something, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike, subscribe if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.